Hiya, how you doing? If you've been here before, then hello, it's nice to see you again. If you've not been here before, then hello, welcome, it's still nice to see you. So, what has been happening in May? I'm about to share that with you. Since my last video, I had my last week at work. I think I told you about that, just about basically after everything that happened with my sister, I reevaluated everything that was going on in my life, decided I didn't want to continue with my job. Pretty sure I told you about that. But anyway, had my last week at work, and then obviously the plan was to go away on holiday, which obviously didn't happen. I went up to my mum's, and strangely, while I was on my way up there, something happened to my eye. Ooh, very strange. I did have dry macular degeneration, and like somebody just flicked a switch, it suddenly turned from dry to wet, and it was like I was seeing through water, which is what happens because I can't remember exactly what it is now. But anyway, so my vision went all funny on the journey on the way up to my mum's, and I knew I had to get something done about it. But anyway, spent the week up at my mum's, just basically spending time with her, making sure she was okay, you know, because I was really worried about her, and her breaking her hip and that caused me some stress. But then I came back last Sunday, and I've spent a week at home catching up with things. So yeah, what have we done? We have sowed more seeds. We have we painted the porch, the back of the porch, but that was before I went up to my mum's. So this week specifically that's just gone, we have introduced goldfish to the rainwater barrel. I'll explain all that. And we've had to bath one of the ducks because he's got a poorly foot. And what else? Fed the fish, tidied up around the pond. Richie's carrying on with a big log store. I think that's pretty much it. But anyways, rather than me talking about it, I'll show you. But just on a note, with regard to my eye, I went and contacted the hospital that I'd been going to just to keep an eye on what was, pardon the pun. Anyway, I contacted the ophthalmologist, and he got me in that afternoon, and I actually had to get an injection in my eye. So far, it has not made any difference to my vision. So yeah, it's like I'm looking through water, and I love water, so it's a good job, isn't it? But anywho's, let's see what has been going on from the start of May up until the start of June, and what brings us to today. There we go. That is this side of the porch, painted and done. I gave the front third coat this morning because it was a little bit patchy. I think that's a little bit patchy, but because the sun's shining straight on it, it's hard to tell. But anyways, yeah, gave that a third coat, and it's looking good. put the plants back, although waiting until this scaffolding pole gets removed. But plants are back in place, and the grape is back in its semi-permanent home, I guess, until it needs to go in the ground. And I've got a wire running up the wall there for it to grow up. So the grapes are in their home, and hopefully they'll like it there, and I'll get some lovely bunches of grapes from them. Get in. Good morning. It's been a couple of weeks since we painted the outside of the porch, and quite a bit has gone on in that time, I guess. Had a quiet last week at work, and then I left on the Friday, drove up to my mum's, and then we stayed up at my mum's for a full week until yesterday, which was Sunday, when I drove back down the road. And now I have a week at home before I start my new job, and I have a list of things that I want to get done, most of which are outdoors. So I'm trying to make the most of today. The weather's quite nice today, but the forecast for the rest of the week isn't so good. So I'm going to try and get as much done as I can today, and we'll see how that goes anyway, but wish me luck. That's one job crossed off the list. I just fed the fish for the first time this year. Seem to be loving that food. And then I had a good trim around the pond, so as you can see, it's now neat along this edge here. Oh, big bumblebee. And I just trimmed back the back edge as well, but mostly I wanted to trim around the filter here, because I'm going to be getting that cleaned out and replacing the bulb sometime this week as well. Here's the veg beds. Completely, well actually I've just noticed there's some potatoes growing in that one, so I'm going to have to dig around them, but the whole place is just completely remember last year? My god. Anyway, look at it. It all needs trimming. See if I can get that done this week. Dogs are acting like they're in bloody prison. Look at them. Aw, you're leaving us. Oh. Well, that did do the trick, and I have an onion growing here, which was okay until Buzz just stood on it. You can maybe see the paw prints in the dirt there. Anyway, yeah, and we do still have potatoes growing from last year, so fantastic. My raspberries are there, and I've done this bed as well. I've not started on that one yet. I feel like I need to trim first before I start on that one. Pretty minging, but I'm going to plant this lot. And why not? Some more taters planted, and the rest I've just laying on top for now. I'm going to put more soil in these beds at some point soon. So, and I've planted some more onions along in here as well. But yeah, for now, that's that. Let's have a wee catch up in the grow zone. What have we got? We've got the spring onions, still doing all right. We have the peppers that my sister was growing me, doing all right. We have got, what have we got? I think these things are weeds that you can see here. These, I think they're weeds, but these are my watermelon seeds. They're doing really, really well. And 2 of my pepper seeds. Now I don't know what happened because I had quite a few growing here and here, and then I went away for a week, and when I came back there was just 2. So we're blaming Rich Turd for that one. Maybe they dried out a little bit too much, I'm not sure. But yeah, look at these little watermelons, and that's not from a packet of seeds, that's from saving seeds from the watermelon that I ate. As are most of these seeds here, stuff that I've eaten or seeds that I've been given. Why are the dogs eating? What do you want to eat in there? Fuzzy. He's like, I don't know, but I'll give it a bash. Anyway, apologies for the interruption. Yeah, so the seeds that I was gifted, the random ones, yeah, I'm not sure. That looks like a weed to me. Who knows? I'll see. But everything else here has been from stuff that I've either eaten or basically harvested myself, the seeds. But anyway, today we have planted more seeds. So I've put some spinach seeds in there, some Brussels sprouts in there, and here we have cabbage seeds, and here is broccoli seeds. But look at my wee courgettes. I've got 3 wee courgettes and 1 tiny little and what looks like slightly eaten cucumber. I don't know what's happened there. But as for the tomato seeds and the leeks, nout. And as for cauliflower and jalapenos, nout. I keep going. I will keep going. Yeah, but that's where we're at with what's going on in here at the moment, in the grow zone, otherwise known as the greenhouse. With all the rain we've had lately, the herb garden is looking rather lush at the minute. So we've got the lemon balm, the chives, so we've got basil, which isn't looking that great, it's a bit yellow. Don't know what's going on with that. Parsley, coriander, mint. This is pak choi that I planted. Rosemary's doing nice, the thyme's doing nice, more rosemary. And look at these. I know they're not herbs, but look at my wee hostas. They're looking gorgeous. They are loving the rain and the warm weather. Look at the kiwi. My God. I can't believe it, honestly. I mean, I've got no fruits from it yet. That remains to be seen, but still, even as a plant with lovely flowers, I'll take that. And my grapevine. I must Google on what to do with the grapevine because I'm not entirely sure whether I should cut it back. Because that, look at it. They are grapes, yes they are. So excited. And there's more up here. More grapes there and more grapes there. So I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to cut it back or let it go or what I'm meant to do, but I need to Google that. So yeah, I seem to be loving it down there. Hello Pipples. Hello Pippies. Eee, where's the gorgeous ghetto? Look at the beautiful ghetto. Aww, isn't you gorgeous? Yes you are. We don't see. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, gorgeous girl? You don't see the dogs from up here very often, do you? And there's the Fuzzy, being a good boy. Yeah, you are. There's the Frey. Frey. Just wanting in the porch for some reason. And where's little Miss Jewel? Little Miss Jewel. Hello. Hello. Oh, there you are. Hiya. Wow, what are you doing? What are you doing? Big nose picture. Big nose picture. Oh dear, I'd be lost without them. You good. You good pit balls. Well, this morning I've got an interesting one in my hands. Wait till you see this. It's bath time for Sickly. He's got what I believe to be bumblefoot. Bless him, look at the state of him. He hasn't been in the water for a few days. And you can just see, let me just hold the camera and then point. There on his foot. growth. So I think he's potentially cut himself or something and it's got infected. So we're having an Epsom salt bath today, aren't we, Sickly? Yes, we are. Don't think he's liking me very much at the minute. I'm just putting some more water in so that he can have a little swim about, but we'll keep him in here for a good wee while and let the Epsom salts do their trick on that foot. And then I've got some pile cream there, and that's for cleaning up afterwards. But yeah, I've got some cream there to put on it, and hopefully this will help if we do this every day. If not, it will be a trip to the vets for some antibiotics. But the things you do for your pets, yeah, he's not very happy with me. I'm on Mr. Sickly. I'm doing this for your own benefit. Have a wash, get yourself clean. Bless his little soul. That's it, give yourself a wee clean. Give yourself a wee wash. Go on. Well, I'm happy to report that I think that first bath was a success. I got him out the bath, I emptied the bath, and then I put a towel around him, took him down the garden. I wish I'd taken my phone to record it. I put him back in the beck, and the first thing he did was walk to a sort of shallow spot and then start cleaning himself. But he's actually standing on that foot again, which he wasn't doing very well beforehand, so that's one bath. So Epsom salts really do work. Now, whether it's actually going to get rid of his bumblefoot or not, I don't know. But we'll do the same again tomorrow, and I'll do that for a few days, and then I'll try and gently remove the scab that's around the foot. But I'm not performing any surgeries. I've seen some people do that. I'm not prepared to do that. If I can't help the issue by soaking it in Epsom salts and softening the scab, then I'll take him to the vet. I'm just not prepared to put him through any unnecessary pain. And I'd rather let, a specialist do it rather than me. So anyway, quite happy with that. He got out the back and started preening himself, and he's already, let's say, putting more weight on that foot than he was before. So I'm happy. I'm happy that that's alleviated some of the pain that he's in anyway. Bless him, my little Sickly. There's a whole story behind why he's called Sickly, but he's my favourite duck. One of my oldest ducks is actually 11 years old now. I've got 2 left from that brood that we hatched 11 years ago, and they're doing good. They're old boys, but they're doing good. Today it's experiment time with Lisa. So I have this rainwater barrel right next to the grow zone, and that's what I use to water the plants in the greenhouse. And I read somewhere that if you put goldfish inside your rainwater barrel, it will keep the water nice and clear, and any, poo from the fish will add to the nutrients in the water and help with getting nutrients into your whatever you're watering with that rainwater barrel. So anyways, I decided to have a little experiment, and I have bought 6 goldfish. So I've got 6, I think he called these canary goldfish. I'd never heard of them. And common goldfish, so I've got 3 of each. And I've just popped them in there for now, just so that the water temperature regulates. I think that's an important part of letting fish out in somewhere for the first time. So we need the water temperature in the bag to basically become the same as the water temperature outside the bag, so that when you put the water in, the fish into the water, you're not shocking them because it's too cold. And I expect it'll be quite warm in there because they have been in the car for about an hour and it's been quite warm in the car. So I'm going to leave them there for a little bit, just for that water temperature to regulate, and then we're going to come back and I'll let them out. Ooh. So here we are. I left the bags sealed but in the water to try and regulate the temperature.
for about half an hour, maybe just a little bit longer. And now I've just been slowly mixing the water that's in the bags with the water in the barrel, and that's where we're at now. So looking at all the little fishies, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, no, all you can see is my reflection. You can see them still in the bags though. There they are, all in. I'll report back and let you know how it all goes. April and May with no rain. Oh, June, you're making up for it now, aren't you? Everything looks so lush though. It's the only good thing to be said for it. I guess it's a housework kind of day today then. And there's Mr. Sickly after his third Epsom salt bath. As you can see, he's still limping, but he's putting a hell of a lot more weight on that foot than he was before. I mean, he wasn't even standing on it before. And now, let me see if I can zoom in. Now he's quite happy. Well, I'm sure he could be happier, but I'm certain the Epsom salts are working. Sickly boy. He's a gorgeous guy, isn't he? And while we're here, I might as well show you the latest on the log store. Holy hell. Oof, look at all this. Of course, we've still got all this lot. Can you see? We've got one pallet there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pallets in that row there. And then the row behind is another, 2 pallets. So yeah, all this firewood. Looking good. So that is from the pile that was there, from the tree that was felled there. But we've still got another pile of firewood, well, of rounds that are going to have to get cut up into fire-sized logs here. So plenty to go around. Plenty to go around. Yeah, just from a slightly other angle, the giant log store there. And now it's time for me to let these buggers out and get the coop cleaned out. Isn't that right, babies? He's wanting out? Ooh. What have I got? Yes. Ooh, he wants a bit of hair. It's soft, don't worry. Go on. Come on. That's my finger. Yeah, please. Alright, look. What's this? Some watermelon here. You like this, I promise you. What's this? Ooh, nice. Oh, you please. Probably wondering why the hell she got a head torch on her head when it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, it's because it's dark inside the chicken coop and I need to be able to see what I'm doing. So I wear my head torch so I can see.
not entirely lost the plot yet. Please ignore the ridiculous mark on my forehead. That's obviously from just taking my head torch off. Anyway, birds are cleaned out, and I think we're going to call it a week on this one. Yeah, it's been a productive week. I've got a lot done, and more that I'm going to share with you in the next video as well from this week that I can't really say anything about right now. But yeah, next week I will be sharing some more news with you, hopefully. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye now.